Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chef Ray Jackson, Uncle Ray here at Camp Weaver. I'm going to show you guys today how to make some fried rice using leftovers. I thought about this because of the current quarantine that we're going through. Everybody has to ration and make do with what they have and not go out the house as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is show you what you can do with your leftovers, make your dollar stretch and make your food stretch, okay? All right, I'm going to start off with some rice, okay? I cook my rice in the oven. It just makes it easier for me. And as you can see, I have a small stove top area, limited space. So I try to, make the best of what I got. So I just do my rice in the oven. Start off with 2 cups of rice. And when you're cooking rice in the oven, you want to use less water than you would on the stove top because more water is kept in as opposed to boiling out, if that makes sense to you, okay? And I have 2 cups of rice, and the normal ratio is 2-to-1 water to rice. So I do cut back on the water just a little bit. So I use 3 cups of water as opposed to the 4 cups of water. Okay. Just pour it right on in there. Using hot water helps best though. All right. So you just take your pan. All right. You're gonna wrap a piece of plastic over top, cover it tightly. All right. And then you're going to cover that with aluminum foil, all right? And what the plastic does is it creates a seal and helps hold in the water. And this aluminum foil reinforces that seal. It also keeps the plastic from melting in the oven, okay? Just slide it in. 25 to 30 minutes. Now it does take a little bit longer in the oven, but then again, it's one of the things you don't have to worry about. You put it in the oven, set your timer, and that frees you up to go work on other stuff, okay? All right, so let's say that you got your rice all cooked and you have a bunch of leftover rice from the day before or 2 days before and you need something to do with it, okay? So for fried rice, you need to start off with pre-cooked rice, check, all right? Then you have to make sure that rice is cooled and as much of the moisture is removed from it so your rice don't get all mushy and sticky, okay? And as you see here, I spread my rice out on a sheet pan to help cool it out faster and to help dry it out just a little bit. All right, for my fried rice, we're making chicken fried rice today. I have some leftover diced chicken, some onion, frozen peas and carrots. This is good to keep around in your household, frozen vegetables, for things like this. I have some sesame oil. I like eggs in my fried rice, so I have 2 eggs that I have lightly beaten here. Ginger, ground ginger works best. Basic, typical fried rice calls for chopped fresh ginger or chopped fresh garlic. A lot of people don't like ginger. I do. So this kind of gives it that flavor without overpowering it and helps to where you won't bite into like a piece of ginger if you're not a big ginger fan. All right. I have soy sauce. Low sodium soy sauce is best for me. And I also have a blend of spices, salt and pepper, garlic, onion powder, and some other things that I keep on hand just for all general season, all-purpose season. It gets warmer. All right. So I'm going to start with my pre-cooked chicken, and remember it's already cooked, so you don't have to cook it too far, okay? I'm gonna add that in. At the same time, since my chicken is already cooked, I'm going to go ahead and add my onion in, okay? Let that soften up a little bit. I'm just going to get my chicken warm to start it off, and then I'm going to push it to the outside of the pan, okay? Another thing about fried rice is you don't need a lot of dishes. You can do the whole meal, a whole entree in the same pot, okay? So let that hang out. I'm gonna turn up my flame just a little bit. Get that going. Now that it's warmed up a little bit, I can just push it to the outside, let it hang out, do its thing while I work on everything else, all right? This is a quick dish. If you're using leftovers, because everything's already cooked, you're just pretty much heating it all the way through. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of my sesame oil. All right. I got my cooked rice. All right. Add it right to the middle. Okay. Good thing about fried rice is it can be a side dish or it can be an actual whole entree. Yep. Now, once you add your fried rice and everything's getting hopping and popping, the rice is going to pop around a little bit like popcorn. All right, so be careful with that. Now, at this point, I'm going to add a little bit of my salt and pepper mixture just to season things just a little bit. I like to season as I go. And I'm also going to go ahead and add in my ginger if it wants to cooperate. A little bit. I like a lot of ginger, so I'm going to put a little bit more in there. All right, turn my flame down. I'm also going to add in my peas and carrots, okay? And it's fine if you add them in frozen, because being that they're so small, they're going to defrost and heat up properly, okay? You won't end up with ice chunks. All right, go ahead and toss this all around. Get my rice nicely coated in that sesame oil. Get my vegetables mixed in. All right, same thing, take it, push it to the outside. Now, like I said, this outside is still hot, so everything is still cooking. It's just at a controllable temperature, so it's not burning. All right. Lastly, I'm going to add my egg. Now, there's two ways you can do this, okay? If you're doing it for presentation, I will cook my eggs separate and then add them into the final product, because once you add soy sauce and other stuff, they discolor your egg and it doesn't look that appetizing, okay? But it's for me, I don't really care. So add a little bit more oil for my egg. Get another stir. All right. And then what I like to do is take, as I'm pouring it, I'm scrambling my eggs, kind of breaking them up as I go. Another way you can do it is just cook it all together and then chop it later. But that would cause you to have a lot of back and forth, and we're trying to cut that out. All right, a little bit more salt and pepper. Season as you go. Am I too loud? Okay. All right, scramble those eggs. Now, last ingredient, soy sauce. Add it to the outside rim. You hear it start to sizzle a little bit more. Now I'm going to stir everything together. Oh, that smells good too. All right. Stir it all together, let it hang out for a couple of minutes and heat through. It looks good already, does it? All right. Turn it up a little bit.
Is the sesame oil just for flavor?
Yes. A little tip. One time I had fried rice on the menu, and I had to cook it, but I didn't have sesame oil. what you can do is take and toast sesame seeds, let them toast first, and you're gonna add them in with your rice, and it'll kind of pass that flavor on through your food. If you like sesame seeds, that's a good thing. Sometimes you can bite and feel them, but it's not that big of a deal. You only need just a little bit just to get that flavor, and it acts just like the sesame oil. I took regular vegetable oil, I toasted my seeds first, added the oil in, and then that flavor kind of infused with my oil, and I was able to toss it in with everything else. Just as good, just as good. All right, and just like that, you have a whole nother meal out of leftovers. Does it cost an arm and a leg to do? You can also put shrimp, pork, beef, whatever the case may be. Same process, different meat. All right, it's good to go. Oh, can y'all hear that sizzle? That snap, crackle, and pop? Now from here you can add green onions if you want, or you can cook them into it, and it's good to go. Easy leftover chicken fried rice.